Hi, my name is Regina. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 7 of my challenge journey of grounding for 7 minutes a day by touching a tree. And in my case, I'm bare feet with my feet in the grass. There's actually a term called grounding, and it's where you soak up kind of the ions of the earth through your feet. And there's also sort of benefits from grounding by touching a tree for 7 minutes. Today's Saturday, and that is the day that I kind of leave my home. And I usually have like a bank errand to do about every 2 weeks, right? And usually after I do it, I just sort of feel like, I'm out. I should, stop by Costco, stop by Whole Foods, just to see if there's any additional little tidbits I sort of want to pick up. And so today I did my little bank errand and I went to Costco, and I didn't buy a lot, but, it's fun just like walking around the store and kind of seeing what it has and just looking at the different products. And then I went to Whole Foods and I did some more shopping there. And by the time I left, I just I guess I'm a sensitive soul, a sensitive energy. I'd love to hear your experience with this, but I know myself well enough now that I know that it's like time to go home, and I need to rest and get something to eat. And I sort of start to lose, when I get tired, I start to lose focus on my body. And it's not until I go home and I rest and I get something to eat and that I can really go back into knowing, how I'm feeling and what I need. Do you guys hear the wind rusting in the background? It's kind of nice out today. So it just feels wonderful after shopping to come home and ground. Today was like a bit warm. And I'm just going to come out and say it, is that there were chemtrails in the air, which, from what I understand, leave aluminum in the air, and we absorb that. And so rather than come out earlier, I waited till like 6 o'clock to come out and do this. It's funny because when I started, it was like, I'm going to commit to trying to do it every day at the same time, which was 9 a.m. And I haven't been that great at sticking with that. At work things come up and I can't just drop them and run, and like today it was kind of warm and it just felt like now is the right time to come out here and really ground and rest and just observe and be peaceful. I'm also a student in the Course in Miracles, so I wanted to share with you, like usually there's like a lesson, it's usually like a sentence long, and lesson 106 in the Course in Miracles just kind of spoke to what I feel like I'm doing with the whole grounding experience. Is it says, be still and listen to the truth today. And things are crazy out there, chaotic. We talked about in other videos the media and social media. When I say the media, I mean like mainstream media. And it's just so important for me to sort of like walk away from that and, like it said, be still and be open to the truth today. And I feel like being outside in nature kind of grounds you and brings you back to what really matters in life, right? So that's where I'm at. So the Course in Miracles, I'm going to share it in the comment section in case anybody wants to listen to it. It kind of goes on to say, it's like when you ground, like I was saying in another video how, another things A Course in Miracles says is that all minds are joined. So by me taking care of myself and grounding and getting to a peaceful place and like a happy place, a joyous place, it's putting that energy out in the world so that other people, it says like 1,000 other people will pick up on that energy and be able to benefit from it. And so I think it's really important that when we do this is that we realize that who we are and how we show up in the world affects other people. And so it's even more important to, meditate and, sort of sit through those difficult feelings, whether it's like anger or sadness or loneliness, whatever it is, and get yourself to that place where you can peacefully, be still and just kind of take in the world. Today I'm just like looking at all the trees kind of like rustling in the wind, and what we were kind of talking about, like a lot of buds that opened up into like flowers. And kind of remind yourself that this is what's real, that sitting, I work from home, but like sitting in an office 8 hours a day, it's important to make money and have a living. It would be great if I came up with a source of revenue where I didn't have to, be in corporate America, where I made enough that I didn't need the benefits, the healthcare benefits. But in any case, it's really important to remind yourself that that's not, what life is about. That's not real. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are, and if any of you have started doing this yourself. My body actually looks forward to grounding outside and being with you and having this space where, I can have this community and this connection. What are you experiencing today? Please feel free to comment and join the community. So, in any case, for me, we all have our, a lot of people like the Bible, and that's great. As long as we feel like we're getting something that kind of speaks to us and speaks like our language. The thing I like about the Course in Miracles is just that I think it gives a lot of the same messages that the Bible does. It's just it's just from like a different view, a different point of view. And again, I hope I'm not like offending anybody, but hopefully we can all be open to each other's, truth. It doesn't matter where we hear it from, as long as it kind of like resonates with us. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday and enjoying your weekend. It does feel like summer's in like full swing now, right? Memorial Day weekend is next weekend. I'm tentatively putting in plans to go visit my mom, who's 95, and she's in assisted living, but I can go and like stay with her at her place, and it's kind of nice to be able to have that time with her. I think it's not easy when you're older, in the sense she does sleep a lot, but I think it's important to her to have people who she trusts and she feels comfortable with around her. So I'm looking forward to doing that Memorial Day weekend, but I will be sure to take you with me, and I'm going to find a tree near where she is that I can ground each day. So thank you again for being here, and have a great day. Much love and peace. Have a joyful weekend. Bye now.